A couple of years ago, I made a video about my favorite purple shampoos, and I have it up on my little iPad screen right here. And I talked about leave-in sprays that I use, all the different purple shampoos and conditioners. And I can do a separate video on that, just kind of like an update if you'd like. But today I wanted to talk about all of my current favorite leave-in sprays and oils, heat protectants that I have been using. Now, believe it or not, I have just finished doing my hair, and it's up right now because I use a hot brush like this, and I can talk about this in just a second. And then when it's done, I wrap it up in a bun and let it kind of cool down so that way it sets. So I'm gonna take it down right now so you can see what it looks like afterwards, so that way I don't have to do it later. All right, so anyway, so I use this hot brush here to get this look, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So let's get to the different leave-in sprays and hair protectants that I have been using, leave-in sprays and oils that I've been using for my hair to tame the frizz. The first one is the Pantene leave-in conditioner. Now, before anybody gets on here and says, Pantene is horrible, it's like the worst product ever, I will tell you, I've been using Pantene since high school, and I love Pantene. I'm sorry, you know, and it works for my hair. And there was a period of time when I stopped using Pantene because I thought that was really true, that it was bad for your hair and, you know, all of that. But I've gone back to it every single time, and it's not really bothered my hair. It's done well. And the reason I purchased this is because it came in a 3-pack. You know, sometimes you get on Amazon and you scroll and you think, hey, what a bargain. And that's exactly what happened. I was reading through it, and some of the comments from on the review says that a lot of the moms use it for their little girl's hair after swimming and detangling, shampooing, that sort of thing, and it worked for them. So I figured, well, if it works for them, maybe it'll work for me too. And I'm almost out of it. This is my second bottle. I have one more to finish, and whether or not I will buy it, I'm not quite sure. Maybe if I was kind of in a pinch, but I tried it. It was a great bargain. 3 for, I can't remember, I will link that in the description below, but it works for me, you know, not a big deal. And just before we continue on, I don't dry my hair. I air dry it, all right? I don't use the blow dryer on my hair anymore. I shower at night and I let it kind of just air dry. I go about my business. I do apply this as soon as I get out of the shower, and just kind of let it air dry. And then the next day I will use like a styler like this, and I will, you know, just kind of, you know, work it through the ends to keep the frizz down. And then I tie it up in a bun, and then I put a claw clip on it just to kind of set. All right, and that's all I do. All right, now, if I want something a little bit heavier, the other products that I have that I'm working through. Now, this one, this is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. This one is really good. This is actually probably my second or third big bottle. I got this from Nordstrom's, I believe, Nordstrom Rack, because it's inexpensive. But I'll also, you know, get it from Amazon, wherever I can get it. But anyways, this comes in a tiny little, what do you call, travel size spray bottle, and I will decant it into that so I can really, you know, spray it in my hair. This one is great. I really love it. It's kind of a holy grail. Wow, say that 10 times. Holy grail. And I've had this for a really long time. Not this specific one, but this specific bottle, but obviously I've repurchased numerous times. And usually I'll kind of wander and try different products, but I always come back to this. It's a little bit pricier, but you can buy it, like sometimes you can buy it at Sam's Club. I will tend to purchase mine at Nordstrom Rack if they have it. I know that in Hawaii, the Nordstrom Rack just down the street from me, they have it all the time, or they have had it repeatedly, and that's where I purchase it. So it's a little bit more inexpensive if you purchase it that way. But good stuff. It's a little bit heavier, so you have to be very careful. If your hair is thinner and can tend to get weighed down, I would go with this one, all right? And be very sparing, because you don't want to get it up here in the roots, because it will flatten out your hair and you'll be miserable, and then you gotta wash it. This stuff is a lot lighter than this stuff, all right? This stuff is pretty good, I would say, kind of a holy grail, a repeat. The other one that I have been using, and I'm almost down to here, kind of halfway through, you can kind of see it here. And this is the L'Oreal Everpure Sulfate-Free Moisture 21 in 1 spray rose extract vegan formula. And what caught my eye with this is I finished the Pureology leave-in spray, and I really liked that one, but I went through that bottle so quickly, and it's a little bit pricey, you know, and I finished that off, and I should have kept the bottle to show you, but it doesn't matter. It works. I mean, does it work any better than this or all of the others? I can't really say that it does. You know, I think that we all, I mean, obviously we all have very different hair textures, and what works for me might not necessarily work for you. I have made a deal with myself not to over purchase anymore. Like if some of my favorite products, if I run out of it, I will purchase it, repurchase it. But if it's one of those where like, maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't just rush out, obviously, and get it. I don't feel the need to have to make sure that my stash is replenished, all right? Anyway, so let's get back to this one. This is the Moisture 21 in 1 spray. Do I like it? Yes, it's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, all right? I noticed that if I apply this after my hair, after shampooing my hair, if I apply it and kind of let it just, you know, air dry, it's a little bit heavier. It does help if you have really super dry, frizzy hair. It does work, but I noticed that my hair will kind of feel a little bit dirty, and I don't like that feeling. All right, and definitely do not get this in your roots, because it will kind of weigh it down, and it will, you know, it just feels icky. And I don't like that icky feeling. It forces me, or it kind of pushes me towards wanting to wash my hair. Oh, and by the way, I used to be an everyday hair washer, and I know that that's not good for your hair if it's really, really dry. And so now I wash every other day. Sometimes I will try to stretch it like every like 3 days, you know, like instead of every other day, I'll wash it a third day. Anyways, and I can't stand that. I'm sorry, I can't stand that, because my hair, my roots back here gets really nappy, or gets kind of it's just oily, and I don't like that that feeling in my hair. So I do just kind of wash every other day, and that isn't drying my hair out too much. But this stuff, if I use it, I have to wash my hair every other day, if not every day, because if I'll get it on my roots, if I get it too high up, if I spray too high up, like right here even, it tends to weigh it down, and it feels dirty, and I don't like that feeling. So just to let you know, this right here though, I always go back to this. This works really well when I am in very humid environments, like when I'm in Hawaii. I will wash my hair at night and then apply my, it's a 10 leave-in conditioner. I'll apply that at night, work it through my hair, and the next day my hair feels so healthy and so thick. And I love that feeling. So if you are in a humid environment, this might work really well for you. But just like I said, focus on like from here down, and don't use a lot. And the way I do it is I try not to, like this spray, if I'm lazy, I'll do the spray, but I find that it doesn't work as well as if I just pour this stuff in my hands and rub it, and then just kind of rake it through my hair, like here, and then in the back over here, you know, just to make sure I get all of the ends. And I do put a lot on the ends, just to kind of keep it protected and keep it from getting big, because that's the problem with frizzy hair, right? When you comb it or brush it the next day, it's like, it's really big. And that's why I use this. But again, we'll talk about that in just a second. So I will leave the links to all of these and the prices for all of these down in the description to help you out. And I chose these because there's the less expensive, middle, and then I think this one is the one that's most expensive because it's kind of like the designer hair product, right? But good stuff. You might like this if you don't want to use the Pantene leave-in conditioner, but I'll tell you, that doesn't really harm my hair. It works really, really good. All right, now for the oils. I do use oil sparingly. This is my second or third bottle that I've used in the last, ever since I made that other video. I do keep this in my stash. I always have backups of these. So there are certain things that I will repurchase, but I have a lot of hair products that I want to get through, but there are certain things that I will always replenish when I'm done with them. All right, so the Moroccan oil treatment. I like this. I think it smells great. I really like it. In fact, I put this on today, and I'm really, really sparing with this. Now, I know that there's the one for blonde hair, and I think there's also a light formula, and I just get the regular formula, and I don't find that that weighs my hair down very much. Before my hair turned gray, if I put this in my hair and I use it for blow drying, which a lot of people do that, it won't hold a curl. I mean, it literally is just so silky and so straight. But now I can apply this to kind of soften the ends if it's kind of crispy and dry. I will apply this to the ends, and it works really, really great. And as long as you're sparing, like one pump is usually enough, whereas before I would go crazy, right? And that's like not how I was supposed to use it. I didn't know. But yeah, this is good. I keep this in my drawer at all times, and I won't be without it. All right, so good stuff. And I have tried the other versions, that like the knockoff versions, but I always go back to the original. All right, the knockoff versions are good too, but I just kind of, I feel like I'd be cheating, you know, if I went with that. So I just continue to use the original products. All right, now hair heat protectants that I use. I have two. This is the Beyond the Zone Pro Formula Turn Up the Heat Flat Iron Protection. All right, now this is a little bit difficult to use, and this is the second bottle that I've had. This goes far. Do not take this and spray it all around. You will hate yourself because you will have to wash your hair. Don't do that, all right? If you want to be able to control this, you know, the spray of this, because this is not a fine mist, put it on your hands first. I've even tried putting it on a hairbrush and then brushing it through my hair, and that just doesn't work. So what I do is, if I can't control the product, I'll just spray it on my hands, just like that, and this one too. I'll pour it in my hands. But this one I'll spray in my hands, and I'll just kind of rub it like this, and I'll comb it through, rake it through my hair. This stuff is great. It's not that expensive, and it goes a long way. I've had this bottle now for a really long time. I finished one full bottle a while back, but this is my second one. You see, I mean, I've had this probably for over a year, believe it or not. That's how little you need of this product. All right, a little bit inexpensive, but really it works very, very good. All right, but remember that using heat products at really super high temperatures, there is nothing on this planet that is going to save your hair. All right, there is not a heat protectant that I have found that has been good. As a child of the 80s, I used to take curling irons, and I'll, you know, hairspray the heck out of my hair and curl it just so I could hold a curl. Thinking back right now at what I used to do to my hair back then, oh my gosh. Let me know if you can relate, because if you are a child of the 80s, you did some crazy stuff to your hair just to get that big voluminous hair, right? You know, who can remember spraying right here and then taking a hair iron and just, you know, putting it right there and just frying your hair just to keep that kind of the wings out, right, from the 80s. Remember, you can relate to me. I'm sure you have yearbook pictures of hair just out to there with your hair curly and everything. Anyways, tangent. But yes, nothing will save your hair with high heat. All right, there's not a spray on the planet that is going to be that great of a protectant without weighing your hair down. All right, so just be very careful with using this. Don't get it on your scalp. Really just focus it, I would say, from here down. Okay, and then the last hair product that I have for you today that I have been using, this is the Bumble and Bumble Hairdressers Invisible Oil. All right, this is really good, very lightweight. But again, you have to be sparing anytime you're using oil. Just be very careful. Don't get it all over the place. Especially don't get it near the roots, because then it'll feel really greasy. But this, I have had this for a really long time. It came in a package, or in a gift package. And there's the creamier version. I haven't used that. I still have that in my drawer, but I have been using this hair oil before using my hot brush here. And these two work really great. I don't use any of these things, like I don't use them all together. Like if I spray at night, with my hair wet here, the next day if I do my hair, I'll apply either this or this as my heat protectant. All right, let me look here. Yeah, work sparingly into damp hair before hairstyling. Yeah, so anyways, hopefully that is helpful for you. Now let me talk about this hairbrush that I use and what my routine is for my hair to keep the breakage at a minimum. Okay, so when I was going through the whole menopause thing, I went through a phase where literally I would do this and so much hair would just break off. All right, and that's a hormonal thing. You have to make sure that you are communicating with your doctors, make sure that you are getting taken care of. All of the other parts of your health is good, because any little thing will show in your hair. Like anything that's wrong, if your thyroid hormones are off, if you're a diabetic, all of those things, that affects your hair, your skin, everything. So make sure that you are working with your doctor and getting your health back in order, because if your inside is not well, it will show on the outside. Okay, and the other thing, I know a few days ago when I did a video, I talked about, the one thing that I did differently to make sure that my hair, stopped breaking. I think the biggest difference was I focused on my protein intake. All right, and the other thing, okay, I thought it was only going to be one thing, but I kind of can lump this into two. The other thing that I've done differently is I stopped dieting. Oh my gosh, I'm 55 and I finally got to the point where it's like, no, I'm not going to put myself on a crazy diet. I only have so much left in my lifespan. I am not going to deny myself dessert with my family because I'm not allowed to have X amount of sugars and things like that. No, I won't do that anymore. The one thing, I've been on every crazy diet. Okay, we can have another discussion about that. All right, I have just focused on protein intake in however way I can get it. All right, I'm not knocking any kind of diet other people have done. I'm not here for that. I just have to work with what I can do. All right, the extreme things that I've put myself through, it just wasn't sustainable. Did they work? Yes, but they were so extreme to the point where I was kind of suffering, emotionally, because I felt like, well, someone baked a really good cake for me and I don't want to throw myself off the diet, and so I'll skip it. I've done crazy stuff like that. I have made it so that enjoying Thanksgiving with family, this person made this dish and then, and I didn't partake because I was on a specific diet. I don't do that anymore. The only thing I worry about right now is my protein intake, because as you know, as you get older, you need more protein. All right, you just do. You need more protein, and we can talk about that in another video, but that is the one thing that I have done to make the biggest difference. All right, so let's talk about this guy here. This is a round, it's a thermal brush. It is not a hair dryer. It is just a hot brush. And I know that there are several kind of viral hair brushes out there, and they're a smaller barrel. I would say it's about 1.5 inches, and those don't work very well for me, and because my hair is really long, so I use this one. This is like a 3-inch barrel. I believe it's 3 inches, but I can link this down below, because I don't know about you, but when I purchased this, probably maybe 6 months to a year ago, I don't know, I'd have to look at my Amazon order history, but I've purchased this a long time ago, and I've been using it and I love it. And here's the thing, it's by Ferrari, I don't know, whatever, but it has different heat settings here, 280 all the way up to 420. I do not crank it up to 420. The one thing that I do that's different for my hair now is that I really limit the amount of heat that I put on it. All right, so I will just put it on 280, and what I do is I gather all of my hair up, I section it, and I do it in layers. And what I'll do is, here, I should do a hair tutorial. No, I shouldn't do a hair tutorial. I'm not good at it. But I'll start down here, these back layers right here, and I will work this brush through it, and I'll do it for the rest of my hair, and then I just will bundle it up. My goodness, my phone is dinging, sorry. But I will bundle it up, twist it, and clamp it with a jaw clip like this, and I'll kind of just walk around, or I'll finish my makeup, and when I'm done, or when I feel like releasing it, I'll take it off of this, and this is what I end up getting. All right, and I don't usually fuss with my hair with my hands. Once it's down, and I'm just doing this because I think I'm filming, and I feel a little self-conscious because I don't feel like I'm a hair guru or anything like that, and here I am talking about hair products. But anyways, this hair tool has really been very good. Now I travel with this, like if I go on a cruise or something like that, I do take this with me because I feel like it polishes the ends of my hair. And the thing that you may notice having gray hair is that your hair is a lot more dull. You know, older people hair, which that's what we are, right? It loses a lot of its shine. Okay, and you have to work with what you have. That's the other thing, is I don't fight it anymore. It's like my hair is frizzy, I have to take care of it, and I have to do everything I can to fight the frizz. And because my hair is a lot more coarse now, I find that it will hold a curl. So after a shower, for example, I will kind of scrunch my hair. I will put the leave-in conditioner. I've tried putting mousse and all of that to kind of maintain the curl. I hate that. I don't like that feeling. I've found that less is more. I apply the leave-in conditioner. I apply an oil to tame the frizz down. Once in a while, I'll apply this. You know, I try not to weigh my hair down too much, but anytime I use this hair brush, this thermal brush, I will always apply a heat protectant, and I always use the lowest, my gosh, I will always use the lowest setting so that I don't use too much heat on my hair. All right, and oh, and the other thing, I don't heat style my hair every day. Okay, it's only when I have like the first day that I have clean hair, that's when I style my hair. I don't style it the following day. What I do is I may brush it out. Again, I'm very gentle with my hair. I'll brush it out and I'll put it up in a bun with the jaw clamp here. I'll shower and everything, and when I get done showering, obviously it's not wet. Like down here, I don't wear a shower cap or anything like that. You can, but for me, I can't. I don't want to do anything. I don't like too many steps. I'll quit if it's too many steps. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what I do. I heat style my hair maybe every other day. but only if I know that I'm going to be going somewhere, or I have to, you know, maybe I did it for you guys today because I knew I was going to film. But if I was just doing errands, I won't even heat style it. I literally will, you know, put it up in a bun, and believe it or not, that's enough to control the frizz. And I don't brush it during the day because it'll get big. All right, so if I feel like I need to, I will, you know, run my fingers through it. The one thing that I do, and I don't know if it's even a hack, or maybe it might help you, is if I wake up and I feel like my hair is really tangled because I don't bundle it up when I'm asleep, I literally sleep on it. You know, I just kind of flip it up to the top of my pillow and just sleep with my hair down. Anyways, if I wake up in the morning and I feel like it's a little crazy, I'll brush it. I'll apply a little bit of oil, right, to kind of tame it down, and then I twist it up into a bun and I leave it like that until I have to let it down. And I feel like that is enough of a style for my hair without having to apply heat. So that's my other hack, is that I minimal fussing with my hair, and that's what has helped tremendously for the health of my hair. All right, now this hair product, you don't have to buy it. I'm not asking you guys to buy it, but if you're curious, I will link it down below. If you have the smaller barrel and it works for you, great. If you think this is garbage, that's okay too. But I think what I'm trying to emphasize here is that less is more. Guys, less is more. I know that there are so many people out there that will talk about, oh, you got to try this and that, whatever. I'm not in that camp anymore. I'm not going to be lured into that camp. Certainly, I'm not asking you guys to buy all of these products. No, not at all. But if you're curious, these are the things that I'm using. My favorites that I have purchased over and over are these guys, these three here. And the most expensive one is this hair oil. And certainly they have the knockoff versions and they work just as well. And sorry, I had to turn off my phone because it keeps dinging. They have the knockoff versions and I'm sure that they're just as good. All right, so hopefully this was helpful for you. I'm sorry that it's a little bit scattered. I just haven't been doing this for a lot. I just got back to doing these videos and I missed you guys, and I wanted to update you on what I use. And so hopefully this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments what you guys use, all right? Maybe it's in my stash and I'll use it too, because you have no idea. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed about how many hair products, makeup, all of that stuff that I have that I just had stored away. And I'm kind of on this mission right now of low buy, not a no buy, but low buy, like, you know, purchasing things that are my holy grail. I will repurchase those, but I'm going through all of the other stuff that I have. But if you have other recommendations, please, please, please put them down in the comments, because I'd be intrigued, because I might put that in the lineup once I finish some of these other products. All right, and then we can talk about it. All right, and anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorites are, and we'll talk again soon. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.